Okay, it's time to find out what I'm going to do with all of that experience. The first thing I had to do was get prepared for this. So we have a sharpness 3 diamond sword, a bow with power 4, flame 1. The flame is not going to help us this time. The helmet there is fire protection 3. The aqua affinity and respiration are not going to help. Fire protection 1, wish I could have done better than that. Blast protection 2, okay. Feather fall 4 might come in handy, and protection 3 can never hurt. So here we go. Let's go down. Just to make sure I've got everything I need. We've got a bunch of torches. We got some cobblestone. We have some planks just in case. I got some iron bars. Pickaxe and a backup pickaxe and a stone shovel just in case. You never know. A little bit of dirt never hurts. Some food and golden apples. A little bit more food. A little bit of torches. Alright, I think we're ready to go. Man, I have never seen so many zombie pigmen in my enclosure here before. Look at that. This is like nasty. Why are they all in here? Alright. Well, that was kind of a surprise. I'd never seen that before. But I had a little plan for this thing here. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should put it off for some other time. In fact, I think I will. I have a chest over here. Back in. Man, I've never seen so many zombie pigmen. Probably going to go to my house now. I'm going to leave some of these bars in here. This is a little storage location I have here in the Nether in case I need it. So part of what we're going to do today is I'm going to explain a little bit about how to find a Nether Fortress as soon as we can get somewhere a little bit quieter. Okay, fellas, have a good day in there. Just enjoy yourselves. I guess he's a little late to the party. Yeah, they're all in there. They're waiting for you. You can see I built a little enclosure around my Nether portal on the Nether side because after the first time I saw a tutorial about going into the Nether, I knew I would need one because I'm not very good at combat. Don't have the eye-hand coordination. Don't have the reflexes for it. So I got to do things a little differently. I have to use enchantments, and I have to use structures and that sort of thing to overcome my inherent weaknesses when it comes to fighting things. So I built my structure, and I was hoping to find a Nether Fortress because what I really wanted to do was make potions. You can't make potions without nether wart or a blaze rod or two, and you can't get those anywhere but one place, and that's a Nether Fortress. So, here I was in this little area, not a fortress to be seen. I went all around this place, got killed about 10 times trying to find one, decided there wasn't one around here. So, how do you go about finding one? I watched all the videos that I could find, and nobody really had a clear idea except go around and look for one. So, what I ended up doing, I decided to just start digging up, start digging my way up. Get up here. There we go. This is actually soul sand. I mined some soul sand out of here. Soul sand's another thing you're going to need. It's useful for a couple of things. For one, you can use it to raise nether wart, and the other thing it's good for is, of course, a trap. For because you slow down when you're going across soul sand. So it's pretty good for if you set up a trap where you're going to shoot at things. So I came up here and I see all these things. You can hear the gas out there, and that's another one of my problems. I attract gas the way snowbirds attract mosquitoes in Florida. So I needed some way, so I kept digging up, kept going up, looking for the ceiling. Here we go. There's another ceiling area there. Didn't really leave a good window for you to look through. And then I came up here, but is this the top of the world? Not really. Not really. Got to run for that. Because here comes the gas. Here comes the gas. I got to get out of the way. All right, there we go. Made it this time. This damn gas. Yes, they do want to hurt me very badly. I don't know what I ever did to them, but for some reason they seek me out. like those intelligent drone missile things. So anyway, I eventually found this cave, and this cave made a pretty good base. So I set up kind of a base of operations up here. And I decided, I looked at the wiki, and what does the wiki tell us about Nether Fortresses? And the only thing it really says is that they seem to form up on north-south lines. And what that tells me is, if you don't find one, you need to go east and west, because then you'll be crossing over potential north-south lines of Nether Fortresses. So first, I headed east. I went up here and I found what was as far east as I could go. And that's over that way, I believe. Let's see here. Oops, wrong button. Yeah, that's north, so I went that way. There's another one over there. I went about 1,000 blocks, and that was too far. So I turned around and I went to the west. I also went north and south, but what I did in the first phase of this project was to go up even more. So we keep going up. Now, all along, I'm of course building up a large inventory of Netherrack. Here's my Netherrack. And that goes down to a big cave. Let me put up a torch so we can read it. A big cave above a lava ocean. So that didn't help me out any. And boy, I'm getting hungry walking around. Hungry water for you. So good thing you gotta make sure that you have some food. So I'm looking for my thing. So I go about 100, and the way I was doing that is I'm not counting out 100 blocks, and I'm not even looking at F3. I'm just going by how many blocks of Netherrack I would accumulate. So if you're going 100 blocks, that means you're going to accumulate about 200 blocks of Netherrack, because it's a 1x2 passageway, and that works out to about 3 and a fraction. So this goes down to a big drop. So I went down there to nothing particularly interesting to look at. So I did another 100, and I built little rooms at each one of them, as you may have noticed, because ultimately my plan was to continue on and go off and branch out from each one of those little rooms if I needed to. I was going to find a Nether Fortress, no matter what. I was willing to take as long as possible. And here's the next little room, and this one here is a really big cave. So that's a really big cave down there. Let's see what I meant by really big cave. Over here. And here. And there we go. It's a really big cave. Not particularly useful, so I wouldn't ordinarily be going back to that place too much. It's extremely dark, and I think what I'm going to do in post-processing, I believe I can increase the brightness a little bit so it might be easier to see in the video. But here we go. I kept on. That made what, 2? So we're coming up on our third one here. And the zombie pigmen will form up in here, but as long as you don't hit them, they're fine. Here's a big lava lake cave. Now, while you're doing this, you got to look at the bright side. You're gathering a lot of Netherrack. You're probably going to gather some glowstone here and there, and you get access to lava. So this is actually now my favorite place for getting lava when I need lava for projects, rather than going down in the caves, because it's a really huge lava lake. I don't know if I'll ever use up all that lava, and it's fairly easy to get to it because I've got it all by tunnel now, and really isn't anything down here. There's nothing that's going to form up that would cause me any grief. The gas can't get in here. And here's an isolated cliff, so you run into that every now and then. What's that, number 4, I think. Continued on for another roughly 100 blocks, give or take. It's not an exact science. That goes down to a little bit more lava. we hit the bedrock, which of course is on the top. And our way around that, and eventually find our way over here. This one's very brightly lit. It must be important. Something here. Something very big. Yes, here we go. And this is the one to the Nether Fortress. Now, I kept digging, because the first time I came here, I did not find the Nether Fortress, and I'll explain why. Coming down here, and by this time I had discovered, or I had developed a technique that if you get to a certain point and it seems you've come to a dead end, don't just stop there. Keep going. Like here, I came down and I was like facing all this glowstone there, and I was thinking, how would I be able to get that glowstone? Because I'm really looking for a Nether Fortress, but I'm also looking for whatever I can find that might be useful to me. So there's some more glowstone, and I'm thinking, well, this is a good place to come for glowstone. But I'm still trying to find my way down, trying to find my way to... I'm hoping this is the right way, because I don't have it marked. Is this the right way? Could be, hopefully. Okay. Yeah, I believe it is. So I came out here, and of course, as is my practice, went out and checked out the immediate area. No gas to speak of. And then I came up here, and there it is. There's a Nether Fortress. Only how to get to it. It's in the middle of a big ocean, and there were about 3 or 4 gas flying around. And you can kind of see how I made my way down there. There's a little structure with my torch on top of it, and that's one of the places where I made my way out. But I was really under heavy fire when I was trying to make my way through here. So what I ended up doing is tunneling even more. So tunneled up around here, and I would cut this out, but it's probably a learning experience, because you come out, you're looking at all these things. How do I get out of here? And this is just kind of a way to tunnel around. Now that I know is the way I'm supposed to go, but of course I kept going this way. I'm out over this big plain of soul sand, or slow sand as some call it. And I went down there, and that was difficult because of all the gas that day, and they don't seem to be around today. Maybe that you don't get as many gas if you're running fraps. I think that might be worth exploring. I might figure that, because like if you don't get as many gas while you're running fraps, I'll just run fraps all the time when I'm in the Nether, and that's the way to go. But of course I was going this way and looking around trying to figure out how am I going to get over this, trying to even figure out where the thing is, because I lost sight of it. There's really no doubt once you've seen, oops, that's a long way down, but that's when I put these blocks up. It's out there, and work my way around, and here we go, and then we managed to make a little progress coming down here. That again goes, and you can see we're getting closer to that large soul beach, I guess it would be, with all that sand. Looking out there again, and here we come. And here we are, and this is inside a kind of a protected cavern. So this I felt fairly safe working on the outside, because the gas didn't seem to know that I was here. And here we go, making it across the old slow sand over to my marker beacon, which is right over here. And oop, and oop, and there we go. And now we're back in here. And I'm largely trying to figure out at this point where things are. And this is my little structure that I built for protection from gas. And here I was able to get a little bit better idea of where I was. Oh, there's one of those things. we want to go that way, I think. Yeah, that didn't lead to anything. So, as I recall, this is actually directly above Lava River. And there's my ghast again. And then I started digging up, and then you can see the understructures for the fortress over there. And this is pretty much where I ran out of pick. So what I'm going to do is stop here, because all I'm going to end up doing is, well, that sounds like a blaze, so I should be near what I'm looking for, which is one of the two things I wanted, which is a blaze. So I'm going to stop it here, and we'll pick up and see if I survive this little piece of the adventure. Hang on, be right back. Yes, it was a blaze spawner, and the blazes are requiring me to do melee combat, which I'm not particularly good at. So I'm trying to kind of stay down here until I get one of my objectives, which is, looks like I got one. I need at least 2 of those blaze rods. I think what I'm going to do is try and build a little retreat down here somewhere. Let's see. It doesn't have to be very big. I hope that build a crafting table. Seal off that hole. Let's see if I can just break your line of sight. There we go. And we will build a emergency chest. I would sorely hate to lose my one and only blaze rod. Doing okay for food and health and everything, so let's see if I can get another. I'm trying to entrap them down here, and the other thing I'm going to need, and I don't know how it's going to happen now with that blaze spawner right there, is netherwort. Because without netherwort, you're really not going to be able to make a fire potion. And with a fire potion, you'll be able to easily go in there and tame that blaze spawner. But there's not so much. Got one that time though, so I'm going to head back down to my mini base here, bank my my blaze rod, And I'm going to stop it here while I consider how to get into the actual fortress without dying. So hang on, we'll be back shortly.